You spoke about early talent, and that's a very interesting segment for all of us. What are the things that you keep in mind, especially hiring Gen Zs or interacting with early talent when you in your company?
That's actually a good one, and we have a lot of experience hiring Gen Z, or as you call them, and what we call them, early talent. We spoke about global capability centers that we have here, and also in general for our R&D units and even for manufacturing units, we do hire a lot of early talent. I want to probably give you a live example of how it is very different from when we hire laterals, right? For our global capability centers or GCCs, when we were interviewing and we hire quite a few hundreds in a year for them, and then there's a lot of engagement, university relations, we're talking directly through colleges, and then we're doing off campus as well this hiring.
Right.
Something very remarkable happened like 1 or 2 years ago when we are meeting them.
Okay.
Very surprising that their demands, their expectations are very different from an organization. Now, to give you a perspective,
Sure.
when I was starting myself, I was looking for a good branding, probably a good position title, and a good compensation to begin with in my career. And the rest of the thing actually follows once you gain more experience. But with these students, what we observed, they're well-read.
Okay.
They're very emotionally intelligent. They've done their research before they come. So some of them had read our annual reports. Some of them were already aware of what are our sustainability goals. And they asked about the purpose of the organization.
Wow.
What are the diversity and inclusion goals? And it was like a fresh perspective that we received, because we did not expect such conversations at such initial stages of their career. So I think coming back to your question, how to address it differently, what can we do differently? Just like any other talent segment, you understand your audience, you understand their needs,
Right.
their wants, their demands, you bifurcate them, address them as a talent segment in itself. So it cannot be like, okay, they're looking out for a job, they're going to come in and join you if you're offering a good compensation. That's not enough.
Right.
So crafting a well-planned, executed employer branding strategy is required for early talent, just like it is required for any other talent demographic. So right from drafting and planning a good purpose for the organization, then what are your EVPs? Why should anyone come and join you? What as an
Right.
organization do you have to offer? So not just planning the EVP, not just framing and drafting your EVPs, but also communicating them very effectively. You have to understand that Gen Z is, let's say, on multiple platforms. Understand where is your audience.
Right.
In few countries, you may find them on TikTok.
Right.
In few countries, you can find them on Instagram. Few countries, they're very well on Instagram and LinkedIn. So you have to understand, identify the right channel where you can go and find them. Your messaging has to be very straightforward. Push it out there. Identify the platform where you can find them. What all you have to offer as an organization. And if in a nutshell I can cover up, maybe this is my perspective, but I'll try to cover up as much as possible. They're looking for a purpose-driven organization. An organization that offers flexible work practices. It could mean different to anybody. It could mean remote. It could mean number of hours, working from anywhere. They're looking for your goals. How are you giving back to the community? Sustainability, diversity, and inclusion, right? They are also well aware, like I mentioned, about their emotions. So they're quite intelligent emotionally. They know that at times they're probably looking at more support from the organization. So they've spoken to us about what are your well-being programs.
Wow.
Yeah, how do you manage your employee emotions? Is that something that you do about it? How can they grow internally? Can they navigate cross-function within their function, horizontally, vertically, right? Is there international mobility available in the organization? And when we were doing this for ourselves and we were getting placed after camps, we had no idea. At least I did not. I did not have this idea that I can ask of all of this from an organization. My idea was to just go out there and find a job, but they're looking for more than a job. So you have to address all these things, and most of the organizations have all of this. So it's not about having them, but communicating also. Positioning yourself as an employer for this talent.
Right.
Communicate it effectively. Push out your policies. What are the benefits that you can offer on your websites, on the platforms that you're available, on your job advertisements? You have benefits options there as well.
Right.
Communicate it. So people, like you rightly said in the previous conversation, that they are able to position themselves as an employee or you can position your organization as an employer of choice for them.
Over here, employer branding comes back, right? It's all about the kind of stories that you're putting in across. And I feel all these pointers are super interesting. It also pushes the company to think on those lines.
Yeah.
Is it actually, am I talking more about employee well-being? Do I actually have stories around it? As an organization, am I making an impact in sustainability?
Yeah.
Not just about attracting talent, but overall for the organization, I think at a larger space, it does well. So great points. Thank you.